Okay, so just finishing up our business example here. We had determined that the derivative of the profit function was this. This was always defined when we set it equal to 0 using just the quadratic formula. We got this. This was a little bit messy. Don't worry, on exams I will give you less realistic but more user-friendly numbers. Okay. So as we were switching over videos, I just plugged this into a calculator. I will point out though, this gives me two possibilities. I only plugged one of them into the calculator because I knew that x had to be positive. I can't have a negative number of products. And I can see I'm going to be dividing by a negative here, so I need the numerator to be negative. Now there's no way I can take 10.8 and add a square root to it and get something negative. So it's going to have to be the negative one. Okay. And that does work out, because if I look, just this part right here, that's 10.8 squared, that square root is going to be 10.8. And we end up, these were both negative originally, so we end up adding something to that. So this square root here is bigger than 10.8. So we've got 10.8 minus something bigger than 10.8. We get a negative over a negative. And when I plugged that one in, I got that x was equal to 100. So I'm going to draw my number line for p prime, making a note that I can only plug in positive numbers because we've restricted our domain. The natural domain for this function would be all real numbers, but the realistic domain is all numbers that are non-negative. Okay. All right, so if I mark off 100, if I plug in, let's just say 1, negative 0.012 minus 10.8 plus 1200, that's going to be positive. And if I plug in a million, okay, well, a million squared is really big. Multiplying it by 0.012 makes it a little bit smaller, but not that much. This term is going to be negative. And I know that polynomials are dominated by their lead term, so this is going to become negative. So that's going to give me a maximum here. Okay. So we are able to determine that the number of products that we would want to produce in order to maximize profit is 100 products. Okay, excellent.